At the top of this hill is a building that, since its rediscovery in the late 17th century, has inflamed the artistic imagination of the West. It's become known as the perfect piece of architecture and has gained Greece the reputation of being the cradle of civilization. The Parthenon. It's inspired great architecture, great art, entire cities. Many have believed that it represents the origins of architecture, that it's divinely inspired. Many of the world's great artists, architects have come here, seen this building and fallen on their knees.
The Parthenon was built around 430 BC by the great Athenian leader, Pericles. It housed a giant statue of Athena, the goddess of the city. After the demise of ancient Greece, it fell into neglect, even being torn apart by explosions in a Venetian attack in the 17th century. But even in its ruined state, it would come to inspire the modern world.
It's beautifully built out of marble, all carved, but structurally the Parthenon has little going for it. It's not pioneering, it's not ingenious nor ambitious. There's no arches, there's no vaults, no domes. Really, the Parthenon is no more advanced structurally than Stonehenge. It's all very primitive.
So why is this my treasure? It's because of what it came to symbolize. It became a powerful emblem of a lost civilization. Its ruined state inspired the artists of Western Europe to explore the heroism and tragedy of battered beauty and defeated ambitions. No surprise, the Romantic poet Byron loved this building.
But our experience is now very different. In fact, the Parthenon is now largely a building site. This is the main route of entry to the Parthenon in ancient times, up these steps, into what would have been a dark chamber with the great goddess Athene somewhere in there. And now, almost impossible to imagine what it would have been like. All is gone, all is now construction. Athena, the great goddess, would have stood roughly here, right where the crane is now.
Restoration has been going on for 25 years, making good poor repairs of the 1920s, and by the looks of things, will continue for years to come.
Looking around, one can't help but conclude very soon this building will be an amalgam of old and new. Oh, it's all ladies, lady masons. Hello. You're removing old repairs, aren't you? That's what's going on, I can see that. Restoring old things is often a problem, isn't it? Because one can, in the process, remove some of the magic of the place. The new marble, I know it comes from the same quarry, but it looks very different, doesn't it, to the old?
Yes.
How will it look, do you think, a sort of patchwork of old and new? Will it look all right in the end, do you think?
At the end, yes, I think it'll be all right.
Yeah. It's lovely to see. Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
Go on. Thanks. Bye.
Well, nobody here shares my worries, but to me, it feels like the restoration is swamping the magic of the building.
Buildings like the Parthenon of supreme historic and architectural importance must of course be conserved, preserved for posterity. But this is more than that. It seems to me the Parthenon's being appropriated by contemporary politics, being made into a national symbol, the image of modern Greece. And that I find sad and worrying.
If gunpowder and missiles can destroy historic treasures, so can overzealous restoration, even when well-meaning.